What's up guys, Mike here, AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're back with another video on our 2000 Honda Civic Si. Now in the last video, we're able to put everything back together, and today's video, we're gonna finalize every little small details. And to start off, I'm gonna go ahead and take off all four wheels, and TJ is gonna tell you guys a little bit more what we've done today.
All right, guys. So, like Mike said, he took the wheels off. We got all the suspension that we're gonna take down right now. We're basically gonna refinish as much as we can, and then also replace a lot of the components. Most of the aftermarket, most of the OEM is not available, so a few of the parts we might have to get some aftermarket. So we're gonna look at the best aftermarket parts that we can find. If we can't get aftermarket, or they're not to quality and we can't get OEM, then we're just gonna refinish what we can with the body shop and try to locate as best as we can for the parts. And then also we do have some bushings, so we don't really need to replace the arm. We just need to replace the bushings and some of this stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and get some new trailing arm bushings, stuff like that. Other than that, I think we're also going to be replacing a lot of these surface rusted bolts here. We're going to put all new hardware on pretty much everything, kind of like what we did with the red Civic, and we'll get this thing back on the road to kind of almost look like showroom quality. So as you can see in the front here, it doesn't look too crazy, nothing bad for its age. You would expect to see probably a little bit more rust than there is now. So what we'll do is we're going to take everything down. We're gonna get this all undercoated, so it'll be nice, fresh black undercoating under here, and it'll kind of protect everything. We'll go ahead and replace what we can replace up front, refinish a few things, put all new hardware, and we're gonna get this thing ready like if it just came off the showroom floor.
Somebody changed them before.
It's the wrong bolt. I'll just hang it from here.
Oh, looks like someone replaced this backing show before. It has the OEM sticker on it. Nice. Oh, you are so lucky. Yeah, right here. You're a lucky man. Alright, so just remove the battery here. The reason we gotta do that is because the upper control arm bolt is right on the side here. So that being said, we're gonna take out the air box as well, because the other bolt is right over here on the side of the shock tower. Oh my God, TJ, you're getting lucky today. When's the last time you guys work on your car able to take that sway bar nuts off without using an Allen key here? You're a lucky man.
All right, so we just finished up with the front suspension, as you guys see here on the desk. Now what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the rear. And we're gonna start stripping that down and getting everything out so we can prep it to get all undercoated and painted up. We're gonna start by taking the exhaust down. We have to get it undercoated anyways, so this has to come out regardless. So we'll get this out of our way so we have a little more room to work with this part of the suspension and pull all this down.
Oh, got it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, some of this fastener back here is pretty rusted. We're going to go ahead and loop it up with some rust penetrating oil. That's going to help us loosen those up. Hopefully we don't have any frozen or broken bolts or studs. I'm going to make this job much tougher. That happened. Alright, this is the aftermath here. Now we can take out a sway bar and put in the vise and get that nut off. Here's our sway bar. We got it on the vise. Let's see if we can get this off. Go ahead, T. All right. Let's give it a try one more time. Just gonna lock her down. But this has to work. Thank God. Thank God. Woo! Here we go. Here we go. Push. So upper control arm here.
Yeah.
Caliper. Break it. There you go. Yep. Okay. Caliper. No, you
It's
gotta.
the toe. Here it comes. There we go.
Put the caliper. I got it. All right. So we got our entire trailing arm with the suspension all together. Take a look at that there. We're probably gonna have to take out our wheel bearing to save our backing plate there, but other than that, and it's all there. Yeah, we'll take our time right now to remove our exhaust shield as well. Gonna go and get those refinished. Alright, let's go ahead and get that shift linkage out. Now, with the shift linkage out of the way, then we can remove our front sway bar. Alright, there we go. Last piece of the puzzle. Yep, we'll take that opportunity to get that. We'll go give one last attempt. Try to soak this bushing up. Some penetrating oil, and hopefully we can break loose this fastener. Well guys, a little change of plan and a little different setting. As you guys can see in the previous clips, that the passenger side bolts that connect the lower control arm and the trailing arms is frozen. If you keep forcing it, it's gonna break off. It's gonna be a lot of work drilling it out and everything else in between, and we are not able to find a replacement set in a short period of time. Again, like I said, a little change of plans. So I was able to do some research, and one of the local junkyards here in Miami has a 98 Civic, and hopefully the lower control arm still there, because they only have one EK chassis Civic there. So now I'm on the way there. Should take me about 20 minutes to get there. I got a bag full of tools, and hopefully I brought every tools that I need. And we're gonna show you how I'm gonna take those trailer arms off right on the ground. It just arrived. You pull it. This place actually is in Davie, Florida. It's not in Miami. Let's go ahead and find the parking. Today is super slow. Typically when we come here, it is super packed. Perhaps today is Mother's Day, so not sure when you guys gonna see this video, but yeah, we're gonna park here and let's get going. All right, got my impact gun here. So just pay our entrance fee, which is $3, and take a look at this, guys. When it comes to restoration, parts aren't available. Guess what? Not always sunshine and rainbow. As you can see on our channel, we got get down and dirty and get our parts. Row 90. That's what we're looking for. See out there, we got a Accord Coupe, Honda Pilot, the entire section, just Acuras and Honda. So row 90, looking for a 98 Civic sedan. Oh, I think I see it. It's the last one. Oh, on the Element. Come grab this K24, guys. Yep, I see it. I see it. This is it, guys. This is it. Hopefully the part's still there. And this is what we're after. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to take out the bolts on the bottom, make sure it's not frozen. If it's not, then you start taking everything apart. All right, this is my my little cushion here. Let's see, guys. Let's see.
Hold on, yo, guess what, guys? Guess who I'm with?
Right here at
It's
the
Mike, bro.
AC Garage.
Yeah,
We got a train on for our Civic project. Hey, everybody go Sunshine Rainbow on YouTube and Instagram.
Bro, that's a
Down and dirty.
So I was struggling trying to get this wheel bearing off because I brought every single tool, including the impact wrenches, but I didn't bring a 32mm socket. And while I'm working on the car, another gentleman, he's got to me today because he got the actual socket and he saved my life. My brother, what's your name?
My name is AJ.
AJ came in clutch, helped me out here. And the cool thing about that, he actually had the socket in his car and he needed some help for the electrical portion of the ignition switch. I helped him out, he helped me out. That's how it works. With this nut off the spindle, everything came off without any issues. More or less, I spent about an hour and a half here. Here are the control arms, or trailing arms, I should say. Let's go and head back to the shop and let's take a closer look once everything's all cleaned up. Yeah, let's get packed up. And the roosters. All right, so we are back in the shop, a little different environment, and we got TJ's here. And hey, TJ, where were you yesterday?
I had Mother's Day.
Perfect reason for that, and I'll give you a pass for that. But hey, we're back now. Here's all the control arms. We sort of cleaned up a little bit. These arms are a lot better than the one that's on the car, and also the lower control arm is not seized to it. I'm very fortunate. AJ did help me out with the socket. Shout out to him again. And now we want to get this refinished. Now before we do that, we want to go ahead and press out our trailing arm bushing. As you can see here, just due to age, they all start to crack. The one on the car, I think, is completely broken. And we have a special tool. John lent us this special tool. Is a special tool for just trailing arm bushing, and all we're going to do is just going to press them out, and we'll send these to the body shop and get them refinished. There we go. There we go. So, and here's the trailing arm bushing. It does take a lot of hydraulic pressure to get this out. I know they do sell a kit to press them in. Oftentimes is a fight to try to get those in perfectly. Having a press is always a plus.
Now, as this project nears the end, we want to take it a step further and give it the full treatment with doing the undercoating on the underside of the body. Now, the first step we're going to use is foaming super clean. And what I love about this foaming super clean is it really gets all the dirt, any of the oil, grease, anything. It brings it up to the surface so that we can have a clean surface for our undercoating to go on. See, if you miss this stage, then your undercoating is not going to stick and it's going to flake right off. So by doing this simple step of just using this degreaser, you're going to be able to give your coating a fair chance of making that paint stick and looking great. So what we did is we're going to treat all 4 fender liner areas. We're going to get those all completely cleaned up, and then we're going to do the back half of the vehicle. So from about where the gas tank is, from behind the gas tank to the back, you can see all of the dirt and grime in that spare tire well is completely showing itself by turning brown. So getting this all cleaned up is the first step. Now, we took a lot of time really just to get every little intricate part cleaned up so that paint will stick. And this is the undercoating we're going to be using. It's a 3M rubberized undercoating, and it's very simple. You guys can do this right from home. It comes in a can. There's no really fancy spray gun or anything that goes, no fancy mixing that goes into this. Just basically clean and spray, and this gives it that factory finish coating. Like, it's like textured coating, and that's going to help with any sort of rock chips or any debris that might hit the paint. It's going to give it that cushion. Since it's rubberized, it's going to deflect it, and it's going to keep that same coating looking nice for many years to come down the road. So we'll give the coating on all 4 tire fender line areas, and then we'll do the back half and get this EM1 ready for the road.
All right, so as you guys can see from the clip, Brian and JC went ahead and undercoated the vehicle here. So now it looks nice and factory, like brand new again. And now what we're gonna do is pretty much reassemble the whole front end here and replace this axles since they're nice and rusted. And then in the back as well, fresh undercoating all the way under the bottom here, the bottom of the tank, the subframe. So everything that needed to be undercoated got undercoated. So now it looks nice and fresh, like it came right out the showroom floor. We're about to start putting all of the front suspension back together. And we're gonna start up here and then we'll work our way to the back. But before we put the suspension back in, we're gonna get these old crusty axles out. Since we have nothing in our way, we'll pop these out, pop the new ones in, and then we'll start putting the suspension back together. Ready?
Yep. Nice. Very nice. Dang, look at that new axle. All right, so I guess TJ's taking out the special weapon here. Here we go, another one here.
All right, so we got our upper control arms here, and we have our new upper control arm bolts. With that being said, everything that we are replacing or refinishing and putting back on the car is getting new bolts. So we have a ton of new bolts for everything. So we will not be putting any used or old rusty bolts back in. They're gonna get brand new bolts. So this car will be much easier to take apart down the road if anything were to be changed. These will come out like brand new. So
Nothing like factory OEM stuff here. Look at that.
we'll go ahead and get our lower control arm in here. Before anyone comments that we're not using new bolts, we have these new, they're just from a different warehouse. So we're gonna put these in temporarily to hold it up until we get the new ones in, and then we'll swap them back out.
Let me reposition. Give me a second.
JC went ahead and refinished the knuckle here, and we went ahead and we just left the hub and bearing because the bearing, as you can see, was already replaced. So it's still pretty new. We didn't want to have to separate it and put a whole nother bearing for no reason. So let's go ahead and get this set up.
take that one. Here's a new one.
All right, I'm gonna put on our caliper bracket. That's all good. All right, so if you guys saw when we took this apart, it had the completely wrong bolts. We went ahead and ordered the correct ones. Since we're replacing all the bolts, we'll put a nice fresh set of the proper 10s that go there. Okay.
All right, so we all done with the front suspension and the brakes. Look at the entire pictures here. We got the undercoating, everything being refinished, all brand new. Take a look at that right there. And over here is the passenger side. Like I said before, once we've put the inner fender liners, the undersplash shield, and the new wheels, she's gonna look A-OK. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish up the top here. We're gonna throw our intake box back together along with our battery, and then finish off with the front strut bar. And we're gonna take a little break and throw on our exhaust shield here. And right there, and we got the one up in the front on store already. And then hopefully we got the one for the catalytic converter coming back very soon as well, so we can finish that up along with the shift linkage.
All right, so here we go. JC finally got around to refinishing this for us. I know it's not an RSX Type S, but you know, nonetheless, they got it done. So we'll go ahead and slide these on, and we'll put the bolts in. We finally got the rest of these bolts that we're missing here. They came in, so now we're gonna go ahead and just swap these out since we put the old ones back just to hold it up. So we're getting ready to put the fender liners in. We got all new clips here to put the screws through. We got 3 on each side here. Trying to snake this one by. Throw in the fender liner here. What we'll do is we'll put the clip in this Try to help us hold it up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the splash shield in here. Right there, yeah. Go ahead and pop these new clips in. We're gonna put our shift linkage back in. Before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and rebuild the shifter lever itself here. You know, a lot of times these things wear out, the O-rings and stuff in here, and you get a little bit of loose play from your shifter. You also can get some loose play from the shift linkage where it goes onto the transmission, and that's where we like to put the Tyrannosaur tightener on to keep that from getting loose and it stays nice and tight.
Yeah, like you just said, take a look at these O-rings here. It's all worn out. I mean, it's probably the original one from back in 2000. Once you get all these O-rings and everything else rebuilt, it's gonna feel much better. So everything in red, we've got all new, and we're gonna go ahead and replace every single one of them.
So we went ahead and put just a little bit of grease on these. You don't need a lot. And we'll just slide these in first. These are the plastic sleeves. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put our new O-rings on. We'll go ahead and put some grease on the pin here. We'll just slide the pin back in there. There we go. All right, so this is the old plastic, kind of like, I guess it keeps it, you know, moving around in there, but it's really dry. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out. We got a new one, and we'll go ahead and put some fresh grease on here so it's nice and smooth.
So while TJ putting that boots back together, I want to show you guys this cage over here for the shifter. When it get all dried up, it would actually wear out the plastic. I'm not sure you guys be able to see it, but the inner part is all worn out. This would give you a little play, side to side play. By you rebuilding, quote unquote, the shifter, you want to change everything altogether.
There you go. Got it. We got our trailing arms here. These are the ones that Mike took off at the junkyard. We just had Brian and JC just refinish it, freshen it up so it looks nice and new. And now we have our replacement bushings right here. So we're going to go ahead and press these in. All right, we're just going to make sure we line it up with the two dots here. So you got a dot here, and you got a dot here. Just want to make sure that's lined up as best as you can. All right, lined up with our two dots here.
There you go.
Nice and flush. All right, so we got our new trailing arm bushings in. We put our spindle on. So we're just gonna go ahead and bolt this up. I don't know if we're gonna bolt it completely down all the way. We're gonna bolt it up so we can get it held up, and then we'll start building onto the rest of this with our caliper, our rotor, our control arms, stuff like that. Just like the front end, the back end is getting new bolts also. We got our new upper control arms here. This is an OEM replacement. All right, so now we got our rear trailing arm set up here. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna throw our strut in and our lower control arm. We'll get our brakes put back together, get all that set up, and then we'll throw our sway bar in, and then we should be all done with the rear end. All right, go ahead and put in our lower control arm here. Okay, this.
Oh, there you go, guys. Looking nice so far. Let's keep going.
We're gonna go put some moly coat on our OEM pads here. We got a brand new set. And then we'll go ahead and put those on the oh man. All right, so here we go. Brand new set of SI wheels, and we got a brand new set of tires. So we wanted to do the factory Michelins, but obviously they don't make that many more. So we ended up going with just some Yokohama Advans. It's a nice tire. Should be a nice sporty look for the sporty Civic Si. So let's go ahead and take these off. All right. Let's see how the brand new SI wheels look.
All right, guys, take a look at these brand new SI wheels. Got them unboxed. When's the last time you guys see a new set of SI wheels on any SI, huh? Take a look at those. We got our Advan tires. Wow. What's next, TJ?
We're gonna pop in some new valve stems, and then we'll mount and balance the tires.
You know what? Let me just do this.
No, 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 no. TJ, what are you doing, man? Come on. Come on, man. You're going to get us canceled on YouTube. Stick on way, please. Respect the brand new wheels. Last but not least, center cap, bottom of the Honda, valve stamp. There you go, guys.
Now we finished the wheels and tires, so before we mount them on the car, we're gonna go ahead and put our exhaust back up and our muffler back on, and then we'll put the wheels and tires on and go do an alignment.
So we got the muffler and the B-pipe back on, and some of you guys got really good observation. Remember, this car originally came with this aftermarket lip in the back here. We did get it painted completely with the vehicle. Before we want to put this back, we came out with a different alternative. We did get ourselves a brand new factory rear optional lip. So Tia and I are gonna go ahead and throw this on before we put on our brand new wheels and tires. And we have all the factory hardwares here. Let's go ahead and get this mounted up.
It has to be that because he pushed it all the way over to the
Yeah,
left,
that's it.
to the side.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Slide that on. Man, nothing fit like OEM stuff, man.
All right.
So nice. Well, guys, take a look at the rear bumper with the OEM lip. Look at that. So much nicer.
All right, so now that we've finished up the lip, we're gonna go ahead and put the rubber protector that goes right here on the body. It kind of just protects this from getting on anything. From factory, they're a little bit longer, so what we do is we just gotta trim it. We got these metal cutters here, and we'll just trim it to where it's gotta go, right on the end. All right, so brand new wheels and tires and all new lug nuts.
All right, guys, here we go. This is gonna be the final look. What do you guys think? Brand new SI wheels, you got the rear lip installed, fresh paint job. Man, she's looking super awesome. Car's a little dirty though, but we definitely need to get her a little detail, get it cleaned up. But so far, she's looking super, super nice. I think we got one last thing to do, huh, T?
We gotta do the alignment. We got the rear set up here. We're pretty close on the right rear. We set them in the middle, so all we gotta do, we'll adjust this, maybe move this a little bit, and then we'll set it in the middle. We'll go on to the front. All right, so we got our toe readings here. We did put new tie rods in, so it's probably why they're all like that, but we'll go ahead and we'll adjust it and get it back into the spec and then tighten everything up.
All right, so I guess TJ, you did an okay job. We got everything ingrained. Probably one of the very few SI that has green camber. Most of my Lord, probably one of the very few that is a stock height. But yeah, I think we're good to go here. Maybe we'll take her for a quick test drive, seeing we haven't driven her yet. And then we got a few small things to finish up. And we're gonna show you guys the final product in just a little bit.
All right, guys, so the alignment is done. We got the car back over here on the bay. Just a few more things to button up, and then this car will be ready to get going on the road. So what we have here is our hood weather molding. It's going to go along the hood here. We also have a brand new shift boot and a brand new shift knob. We'll show you that when we go to put that in. And then I think the only other thing is we're going to change out some taillight bulbs. I think one of the bulbs might be out, so we're just going to put all new bulbs in, factory bulbs. And then we are going to put the hood sprayers on. But unfortunately, this is not a DC5 build or a Prelude build, so our body shop guys didn't have enough time to refinish our hood sprayers for us. So I guess we're just going to have to wait until they're good and ready to do it, and then we can finish the car. So after this, we'll finish this up. We'll go for a test drive and see how it runs. All right, everything is looking good so far. Unfortunately, can't ever finish anything fully because we're missing the nozzles. Here's the blown bulb. As you can see, it's missing a filament. So we'll go ahead, put one of our new ones in.
Let's see. All right, all good to go here.
All right, so we're gonna take the boot out. If you can see, this is like a Type R boot, maybe a Type R style boot, and then like a Type R style shift knob was on here. So we're putting back the OEM boot and the OEM shift knob, so everything will be 100% OEM, you know, refinished on this car. So here's our OEM shift boot right here. You can see it's all black leather, and it's got this chrome collar which actually clips onto the shift knob. It's not just a screw on. And then right here we have this shift knob. Now this is not a SI shift knob, but it's the same exact style and look with the clip on and everything. This is actually from an NSX. So the only difference is it doesn't have the 1 through 5 in reverse and all that on here. So everything else though is the same shape, same style, just without the numbers, same clip. So that'll work kind of like an OEM plus look, you know.
But not least, little cup holder right there. I think we're ready for a test drive, T.
Let's go.
All right, guys, here we go. The first test drive. Yeah. How fast is that, TJ?
It feels like a single cam.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, got that B16 in there.
Yeah.
How about the new shifter, T? What do you say?
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm driving an NSX.
We did rebuild the shifter, so now feel nice and tight. That right there. Wow. AC is blowing cold. How's the alignment, T?
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I know we're turning, but it's not like it's going, you know, one way or the other. It seems to be all right.
You know something to say about a stock EM1? It rides super, super smooth. All right, man. I think time for some speed here, huh?
Yeah, let's see. Let's go to second gear and see if we can see if our VTEC is working.
All right, AC off.
Yeah, single cam VTEC right there.
Wow, not bad. So we got everything done. All the maintenance is done. We got all the exterior button up, fresh paint job. I call it a pretty good refresh here. 2000 Honda Civic, almost at the final stage. I think we only got the windshield washer nozzles and maybe a buff from Brian. A nice detail. And we're gonna show you guys the final product once all that is taken care of.
We just got back from the test drive, and I kind of went out to see the progress Brian was doing, and finally, I told him maybe you should think of that it was for an RSX Type S, and he'll get it painted. So he finally painted it for us. So now we can go and install our freshly painted washer nozzles, put our hoses on, and that should be good for the washing system. Pop the nozzles in. This is the old hard crusty lines here, and so what we did was we have a pack of pretty much a long roll of washer tube, and this is, we can just cut it to length and replace all the old brittle pieces with some fresh new washer hose. There you go, brand new hoses, the freshly painted nozzles. That's all she wrote.
Well guys, with the wipers out of the way, we are all done here at the repair shop. We're gonna go ahead and send the car to Brian. He got some touch up to do. And right after that, we're gonna send it for full detail. And we're gonna show you guys the final result in just a little bit. Well guys, there you have it. We got the car all cleaned up and detailed. What do you guys think? And this is gonna wrap up this entire E1 restoration series. Hope you enjoyed every single one of this video. We kind of skipped through a lot of the small tedious things because obviously we have a video on the red EM1. This is no match to a red EM1, but is very well put together. We put the link down in the description for the entire series. Be sure to tune in our channel because we got other build series going on. We got FL5, which is a JDM inspired build. We have our NSX, twin turbo NSX, and maybe the Honda Prelude finally go get a new paint job. You guys like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with your friends and family. Until then, we'll see you guys again next week.